All right. This is the Sandpit, episode 12. Uh, on the mic is myself, Tom, and Stova,
Yo, what's up?
and Abe.
Hello, hello. I'm the token Mexican.
We know you're the token Mexican dude. You
They might
say
not
it
know.
every
It's
fucking week, man. Jesus Christ.
They don't
How
know.
about
I don't know
how
who.
about you're
They might.
just a person?
they could be jumping in a random episode. I do that all the time when I'm watching random
Hmm.
shit.
Hmm.
So, he wants to ensure everybody knows that he
Yes.
is Mexican.
Yes.
Abe, you're Mexican, but you're not token. You're a real, meaningful person in my life. I love you.
Oh no, that must be the biggest lie of them all. No.
No, it's true. It's so true.
I don't matter. Come on, man. Come on.
God, see, that's what happens. Abe's now on the other side of everything he's saying is a lie. It's not that hard, that deep. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just messing around. But yeah, yeah, yeah. Nice to be here. Thank you. Thank you.
awesome. um, so tonight I think we're going to talk about a few things. I definitely want to talk about, man, everything that's on there. Sim theory, the simulation theory, Booga spheres, jellyfish UAP, uh, and the Trump statue that got put up in front of the White House recently.
Oh, there's a Trump statue there. Are you kidding me?
Trump and
No.
Trump and Epstein holding hands, and the birthday cards on a plaque.
That would be amazing,
It's
actually.
there.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
you should look it up. You should 100% look it up. I just kind of wanted to mention it, mostly because I wanted you guys to see, to be honest.
That would be such an alpha move.
I mean, it's there. It's a big statue too. I don't know who put it up. I don't think anybody's claimed it, but he's apparently really pissed about it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I see that.
Oh, you found it,
It's impressive.
isn't it? I mean, they're
Yeah.
having some fun.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's definitely worse statues.
That's like a classic Banksy right there, man. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm. All right. Um, I just again wanted to see it. You guys get a chance to see it. Definitely want to talk about the Bogospheres first.
What the hell do you know about the Boogosphere, man?
Not much. I just the most recent thing was that they took some resin from where the fiber optics are connected, I believe.
It has fiber optics?
Yeah, like the little dots on it have fiber optic. What looks like fiber, the ends of fiber optics,
Okay, okay.
around the center of it, I believe. So they took the resin and tested it for its carbon date, I believe, and it ended up being 12,000 years old.
Really?
Yeah,
How reliable is this carbon dating?
I believe it's. I think it was the University of Georgia did it. Somebody there. Um,
They must be confident to publish.
I mean, yeah. I could see maybe it being skewed by somebody, or it's like falsifying. But if it is really that old, I mean that's weird, right? I mean that's not somebody.
12,000 is a lot, man. That like
Yeah.
predates like natural human history as we know it, right?
Mm-hmm. I
Like
believe
how
so.
old do we think Göbekli Tepe is? Is it the oldest we got?
I have no idea, to be real with
Oh shit, I'm out of my depth, dude.
you. um, and if let's say it was a hoax, whoever put it together, how did they get something that old? You know, I mean,
Yeah, dude.
everything about that seems really.
That's old as fuck, man. That's older than the pyramids. And according to Google, man, Göbekli Tepe is like 12,000 years old.
What's cool? What is that?
Damn. Göbekli Tepe is like an archaeological site in Turkey that like predates like any modern theory of like human agricultural like civilization.
Hmm.
It's a temple site that they've been excavating for like a couple decades. And it's like it's got like monoliths and crazy shit that like you couldn't do if you were just like a little town or a little village. It's like so detailed that they think people had to have agriculture to
Mm.
like support a population to build something so complex and nuts.
And yeah,
And it's in Turkey.
I was gonna say,
So
Arctic.
it's it blows apart like any like modern theories we have about like human agricultural development and shit. I don't know about that shit because I listen to Joe Rogan like once every fucking 5 years, dude. Most of his guests are like kind of fucking crazy nut
Hmm.
jobs or MMA or like comedians or shit. But every once in a while, he's got like a cool fucking mushroom dude or like an archaeological dude.
Hmm.
And I'll listen to those, man. You got to pick and choose with that guy, man.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
Yeah.
What about you, Abe? What do you think about it if it's that old?
Well, if it's that old, that does have implications, right? Because
Hmm.
usually with these type of things, the biggest thing is, oh, was it falsified? Is it like, did somebody make it in their backyard like 2 years ago or whatever it is, right?
Hmm.
So if it's that old, then I mean, that's just, it's genuine, right? Like, I would love to see the actual carbon dating on the sphere itself, not just the resin,
Yeah.
but yeah.
If they could carbon date the sphere, like the metal. I don't know what can be carbon dated. I think I would imagine so, as long as it's made of carbon, which is pretty much everything.
Carbon's in a little
Yeah.
bit of everything.
Yeah.
I,
From what I understand, when I like researched this like 10 years ago, reading about carbon dating, there's like different forms of carbon. There's like it's like a number thing, like it has to do with isotopes, and you can like judge like how far something has decayed radioactively
Hmm.
by like determining the ratios of like one form of carbon versus another form of carbon because it like occurs in a certain ratio in nature, and as it radioactively decays you end up with like a different ratio. it
Hmm.
like it the ratio gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and so you can judge it that way.
That's pretty cool. So
It has to do with like half-lives and shit, it's
yeah,
it's big science stuff.
that sounds like it's hard. It'd be something hard to falsify too.
Yeah, it's pretty hard data, man. Like carbon dating is just like you get the numbers you get.
Hmm.
so I just looked it up. Apparently with metals, you kind of can't carbon date them unless if in the process of making them, they were exposed to organic matter, such as like if you heated it up using coal, then you can because some of
Hmm.
that coal would have been in there to then be able to carbon date. So
That's
Probably why they pick the resin, right, to carbon date.
yeah.
yeah, that would make sense.
I still say they should just pop that thing open.
What if it's a bomb, dude? What if it's big enough to wipe out the entire planet?
I think they should pop it open quicker.
You bastard! You
I
have nothing
know.
to live for,
No,
and it
yeah.
shows.
Man,
That
excuse me. Um,
that
go for it.
that would be interesting. Say that, one of the most dangerous things a species can be is curious, right? Like once you get to a certain point, it's like curiosity will drive you to then create, to build, to
Yeah,
grow, right?
Hmm.
What if
curiosity
it's like
killed
a
the cat.
trap? It's a trap. Like, oh, if they're that curious where they're starting to pop things open and they're able to pop it open, well, it's time to end it. So let's just like lay a mine that,
Hmm.
activates if you try to
Just wipes
open
us
the
out.
shit.
Just a fake extinction event. Or not fake,
Dude,
but
didn't we like detonate the nuke thinking there was like a 0 point like six
yes.
percent chance that it would incinerate the entire
Yes.
atmosphere of the planet?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
air itself would catch on
It's like we're
fire.
willing to take that risk.
And that's like with aliens and other beings coming to us or viewing us. I would imagine from the outside watching, uh, why would you want to interact with a being that is so willing to destroy what itself really why would you want to have anything to do with that besides to harvest them or whatever, you know what I mean?
Who knows, man? Who knows? There's freaks out there that just love snakes and they keep them in drawers in their house. They got whole
That's
shelves
true.
full of snakes. Maybe aliens do that with us. Like, oh look, cute little humans.
I remember somebody saying that like the biological stuff found on Mars was an indicator that um with or help points towards us being, the zoo theory or whatever, where we're just the universe's zoo or galaxy, I guess.
I mean, maybe. Like, I'd want to see a skeleton, dude.
Me too.
Microbial life is one thing, but a real human body would be another. How much do you think it would cost to just like get a human skeleton to Mars and not tell NASA about it? Just like land it adjacent to the rover, let them find it on their own.
Yeah, you know where it's going to end up at, so you plan it just so it rolls up to it.
It would
Uh,
blow minds, dude.
would
It would be the greatest prank in the history of
yeah,
humanity.
yeah, it would be the best hoax ever. Would you use would you how would you do anything with the body or just leave it sprawled out?
I don't know, man. Just put a Bible down next to it. No, that wouldn't work, dude. That would rot. It has to be there long enough that people think like it could have been there for thousands of years, right?
Yeah.
It'd have to be petrified or some shit. I don't know.
Or something like the Pompeii, how they're stone, right?
I think it's actually like hollows in the rock. I think it's like the opposite of stone.
What?
I think like bodies, like they got covered in ash, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the ash turns to like rock over time.
So,
And the bodies that are there like decompose completely. Even the bone disappears.
yeah,
And
it's
then
a
you just
bone.
end up with a human-shaped void in the
Oh,
rock
I see,
where
I
the
see,
body was.
I see. I thought it was way different. That
At
okay.
least I think that's what
No,
happened.
that makes perfect sense. The ash fell on them, and I mean the ash killed them, sealed them in them, and then cooked them.
Yeah, I think a lot of them just asphyxiated or hopefully
Mm-hmm.
they didn't burn to death, man. A lot of them seemed like they were huddled together and like hugging each other. Died kind of peacefully, just like laying down, scared out of their brains.
Yep. There,
That sounds very peaceful.
there's
Yeah, it's better than burning to death, dude, man.
there was
I pretty
Uh,
much go to bed every night scared out of my brains, not wanting to face the next day. Not that different from the Pompeians, dude.
I don't know if what I saw was real or not, but I believe I saw one where the guy was jerking off in his bed when he got covered in it.
Yeah, dude, go for it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You see what's happening? I mean,
Been waiting for this moment for all my life. I just hope
eternally.
that dude had time to finish.
Oh man,
yeah.
no way. Um, okay, so
Anyway, enough about the Boogosphere.
yeah, moving
What
on.
else you got, Tom?
Jellyfish UAP. Um, did you looked that up, didn't you? I can't remember.
I saw a jellyfish UAP video like years ago. It was like black and white, like night vision or
Mm-hmm.
infrared from a drone, I think. That's the only thing I know about the jellyfish.
See if I can find it real quick. Uh, yeah, so there's that one. There's been a few others that have popped up and people have reported. There was one that was very recent, like I want to say 5 days ago, maybe. Um,
Whoa, dude, that's fresh.
it's
That's
a,
crazy because the
it's
one I saw was literally years ago.
you can see it pretty decently too. Like it's closer than that one was. Trying to
Yeah, you'll
find
have
it.
to show me the video, man. That sounds nuts.
I think this is 6 days ago.
Wow.
I send it to you.
Yeah, I'll check it out, man. You get my live reaction. Seeing a lot of jellyfish.
That is your spirit animal.
I like to think so. I like to drift with the current. It's the easiest path, you know.
Man, you really do.
You don't fight nothing. You just take things as they come.
So
Whoa, I see this video, man.
it looks like
This is
almost,
full color,
yeah,
daytime.
yeah, from somebody's phone, I guess. From I would imagine,
I guess so, yeah.
but it
It looks pretty static, floating along at a steady rate.
mm-hmm.
Oh man, that is close. Yeah, I think it passes under some guy wires, which aren't too far away. That's got to be like 400 feet. Weird, man. I don't know what the hell that is.
To me, it looks like somebody in a jetpack, but like a bulkier jetpack. Like we were talking about earlier a bit, like maybe what you guys were saying is right. That their governments are using the most weirdest looking thing, so it just stays
Yeah,
off. They don't want anybody to report it because they know that it's an untapped market more or less of
and just
surveillance.
make your drones look really fucked up, so
Yeah,
nobody believes they're drones.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's a weird video, man.
A little bit. Um, Also, I'm noticing like all the places I hear about them are like in the Middle East as well. So that also makes me
Yeah,
feel like it's not a weapon, but it's something of ours. You know what I mean?
yeah. It's like militarized airspace, right?
Hmm. Yeah, that too. I'm surprised nobody shot it one down or attempted to.
True, man. Yeah. Maybe they have shot him down, but
Yeah,
we'll
we
never
haven't.
hear about those.
Well, that's something too that in recent, I think I want to say maybe 15 days ago. Let me see if I still got pulled up. Yeah, 13 days ago. Um, they were talking to, this is a Senate board. They were talking to, uh, believe an officer, the Navy, I want to say, talked about how, that we have the technology, and the only reason that they're not saying that they can't scientifically say it's alien technology is because for them to scientifically say that, they would have to go to that planet that it came from and then bring that specimen
Oh,
back and all that.
yeah.
So like
They're
the
very careful with their verbiage whenever
yeah,
they deny something, right? They're
yes,
like, is this evidence of extraterrestrial activity? No, we have no evidence of extraterrestrial activity. If you're taking the definition of extraterrestrial as extremely literal as
yes,
possible, right? And if you listen to their like defenses, they're always like very, very sure to hit those talking points.
yes.
It's a little sus, man. It's a little
It's a
sus.
little bit, yeah, isn't it? Um, so
I definitely don't trust them, man. They know more. They know some shit.
and that's what the guy was talking about is he said that I believe he was questioning them, um, and that's kind of what they kept repeating to him, like they were fed to say this. Uh,
Yeah.
and he
It's
was
like, hey, do you guys have any evidence of non-human intelligence like technology? And it's like, no, we don't have any evidence of extraterrestrial technology.
he so
Like,
he
okay, dude, yeah,
I,
very literal. Okay.
I believe he
Yeah.
asked them um the question of do we in our possession have technology that we uh, did not make ourselves? And the answer was yes to that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, um, really weird, right?
I believe it, dude.
Well,
It's weird shit.
I think anytime these type of people talk to the public about anything, right? They're always kind of given what to say just
Mm-hmm.
for like they don't want to implicate themselves. They don't want
Hmm.
to that they're not always the brightest of people, and
Yeah,
enough people speaking freely, maybe you can start piecing things together. So that's why they just stick to the script.
The
yeah.
first goal is cover your own ass.
Mm-hmm.
Do not lose
Mhm.
your job.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
just how it is. Um, Getting away from that simulation theory. Well, before we get into that, a few things I want to touch on. I think uh, there's a TikTok trend going on right now
Oh
with
yeah.
a lot of Christians, I believe, who are saying this pastor. Oh my God, I don't remember where. Um, is somebody is saying basically that tomorrow the world's gonna end. Rapture's happening tomorrow. Jesus told him it's happening tomorrow in a dream.
Wait. The rapture's happening. That's that what September 24th?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Bro, that's the day before my birthday. That's not cool, man.
it's not cool, man.
Come on, can we push that back?
You're talking to the wrong guy.
I got a big boy birthday coming up, man. I'm turning 40.
You better.
Well,
Oh
let's be
man.
fair. Let's be fair here. If the rapture did happen, if you really think you're going up,
Yeah, yeah.
Motherfucker, I don't give a shit. I haven't had a steak in 2 years.
Eh,
I'm looking forward to my fucking birthday. Don't take this from me,
Well,
Abe.
see, here's the thing though. The rapture, if it happens, it doesn't take us. We got 7 years of just whatever's
yeah,
left. I mean, the rapture isn't everybody like blows up or anything. Everything's still here.
no,
It's hell.
yeah,
And we were
just all
just
the bad
talking
people.
about how there's no cults about Three Eye Atlas.
Yeah,
But here we go, dude. The rapture's tomorrow. We got some shit. You think like the people that believe that are gonna be like relieved that it didn't happen or disappointed that it didn't
disappointed,
happen?
disappointed. Um, 100% disappointed.
Oh, that sucks. That'll be a sad day for them.
Because I mean, the thing is like if you truly believe that, then I would imagine you would empty all your like you just have the day
Oh
of your
yeah.
life, and then the next day
Dude,
following you're
yeah, you sell
fucked.
all your
Hmm.
assets, go to Vegas, go nuts. Hell yeah, man.
I
Well, shouts out to
saw
them. Hope the world ends for them.
I saw this thing on Instagram, which is kind of true and funny. Of all the people that actually do believe the rapture is coming, that means that they also have to admit that the Antichrist is in power right now.
Hmm. That's true.
Oh shit. Oh shit, maybe it is happening, dude. Oh, I wasn't bought in at all, but now I'm worried.
It's gonna happen. Um, I saw that and I kind of wanted to bring that up to you guys because, like you said, Atlas is happening. This is being said. It's
Hell yeah, man.
it's not
Who's gonna drink the Kool-Aid?
it's not a cult, but
Yeah,
it's a trend going on. What
I
would
I can't believe the rapture is trending.
Yeah.
What a fucking age we live in, dude.
Hey, imagine if the Heaven's Gate people were correct, but they just had the wrong space object.
Oh no.
Dude, if the Heaven's Gate people had social media, dude, maybe they could have gotten way more people to drink the Kool-Aid.
Oh
I
yeah.
imagine it would have gotten way bigger. I'm still surprised I haven't seen or heard any like major cults happening, but I'm sure it's happening. It's just not sure how it's happening.
You got to keep it on the DL from the government, right? You don't want to get
Yeah.
shut down before your big moment comes.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe
But
there's like code words or something.
yeah, I could see that. I do wonder how people, I mean, how would you find people besides the internet nowadays?
I don't know, man. Nobody talks to anybody in real life. Jesus Christ, I can't remember the last time I talked to someone in a grocery store. It's fucking eyes forward. I'm here for Chex Mix and potato chips.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody fucking talks to me, I swear to God.
Man, that's how I like to shop too. You go straight, get it done.
Everybody's business oriented, man. Nobody's
Mm-hmm.
got free time for shit. Everybody is stressed out, working 2 jobs, got kids at home, sick as shit, can't afford medical insurance. It is, there ain't damn time to socialize, man.
Yeah, there really isn't.
And even if there was time, is there energy? No, dude. No. You gotta get home. You gotta fucking eat your sad fucking meal.
Mm-hmm.
Watch YouTube for 2 hours before you pass out, because God knows you gotta wake up and go to work tomorrow.
Man, yeah, that's how it
Oh,
is. Fucking get home at 4 p.m. and have to be at work at 5 a.m.
fucking time to make the donuts.
Make those donuts. Turn those donuts over. So let's. I think that's all I really want to talk about with all that stuff. So let's go into simulation theory. Um, we've talked a little bit about this in the past. And like I said before, I hate the simulation theory.
And everything I know about simulation theory I learned from the Matrix.
I mean, that's pretty much the overarching is what I mean. There's so many different um ways you could go about that. Where energy, we make energy just that pure and simple, like the Matrix. Um, we're an experiment. We're a video game. I mean, when you then that's I think part of sorry part of why I don't like it is uh it's it turns itself into a multiverse of alternate realities that could be happening because I mean it makes the most sense, you know, just like a video game, just like a program, we're just running code, that
Right, right.
code can be copied, so on and so forth, and the code can be altered or changed depending on where it goes and what happens to it.
And depending what like administrators are interacting
Mhm.
with it, man, yeah.
um, I think that's why I hate. I don't like the simulation theory. I get it 100%, and it makes so much, so much sense. But
Yeah.
I also feel like that human beings with our pattern, the way we recognize patterns, pattern recognition. I don't know. I'm not saying it right. Um, I feel that we, if we never created a video game or whatever, we would never think that. Besides, what if what I'm doing isn't real? I guess. And then I'm not trying to say we copy what we see, but I feel like that's kind of what it is. We see this, so we're thinking it is this. What could change to make us think we're something else? Are we just emulating what we're making? Does that make sense?
Yeah, but you see, the thing with the simulation theory is, yes, there's a specific, oh, technological, because that's sort of what we have now. So advance it thousands and thousands of years and get to the point where a computer could simulate something as complex as what we're living in, right? But even before that, there was are we the dreamer's dream, you know,
Mm-hmm.
or is there like a sleeper? That's in essence a form of a simulation theory as well, or
It's
even
true.
sort of there are people that equate like people that believe in the Bible that this would be kind of God's version of what quote unquote a simulation would be, right?
It's true.
So
Once you
in
die,
essence,
yeah.
it's you know.
Hmm. I that makes yeah that gives me a little bit more perspective. Um, it's and that's partly why I believe that the whole entity of what we talked about before, where um, when you die, you get to choose what you want to experience the next. It could be heaven or hell, but it's your choice. Or maybe the whole spiritual side of it. Maybe it's not as spiritual as we think it is. Maybe what
Mm.
we assume as a spirit is something that an element that we just don't know about yet, or that our senses dull ourselves down, so we don't experience it as maybe other beings do.
Yeah, I tend to think of ourselves as pretty limited
Hmm.
by our human perspective, right? Like no matter what we do or like how much data we collect, we'll always like view it through the lens of human perspective, right?
Yeah,
No matter how much instrumentation you have, how much perfection you've achieved with your like theories and like sampling bias and everything, you're always going to view data through like a human lens, which is like this three-dimensional, like linear existence.
Hmm.
So if like a higher dimensional entities exist that fundamentally experience reality in a different way, it's almost inherently unknowable as
hmm
human beings, right? Like you couldn't expect an ant to like ever comprehend World of Warcraft,
so
right?
that's something too is, and that's yes, I agree with you. Before I start rambling a little bit, um, and sorry for rambling so much about all this. Like I said,
Oh, thank God you're rambling, man. You're filling dead
oh
air.
man,
It gives me time to
Hmm.
think.
um, so something I think about with kind of what you said, the human perspective. I try to think about the animal perspective. I mean, to me, we're animals, of course.
Yeah,
It's whatever. But I think about when like we talked about with dogs, there is a dumbed down version of what we're seeing. What if what they're seeing is something far different? I know, we were able to kind of tell what they're able to see or experience and what spectrums, but at the same time, we don't. We just recently found that birds have UV. There are things that can be UV reflective on their feathers or something. We think that,
really.
yeah, and that's one way birds distinguish each other instead of what we originally thought. Um,
Wow.
so what if the animal perspective is far greater than us, that it surpasses I don't know how to put it. What's the animal thinking when
Yeah.
it's going about its business? Um,
They
there's
could be
so.
living lives as different from ours.
Hmm.
Like it's not just visual, man. Like of course visual is one aspect of it, right? Different wavelengths alike of life or I'm sorry, of light. And there's also audio, right? Hearing different sound waves communicating on different wavelengths. They could have totally different sensory experiences from ours. And that's gonna totally color the way they view the world.
Right. So the thing with a human, oh, sorry, were you? saying something? I can hear.
No, go for it.
Uh, So the thing with the human experience, right, is you know you guys touched on the all gathering data, having all these theories, etc. At the end of the day, yes, that's used. It's been useful for like developing technology, etc. I've had a couple of moments of profound clarity, and some of the bigger issues I was thinking about kind of settled themselves in my mind, and I came upon an answer. Not to say it's the answer, but an
Hmm.
answer for me, right? And
Yeah.
that moment was extremely depressing
Oh shit.
because, yeah. So what do you do with clarity and intelligence and everything? You go and you do the dishes. You sweep up. You have a snack. Why? Because that doesn't really matter unless if you have a specific goal, right? Now, I think the edibles benefit from not carrying as much of that and this actually gain to enjoy an experience and feel all those, sensory experiences and truly be in them. That's why I think that dogs can express love like better than humans because
Hmm.
they are feeling that love way more than we do. Because while we love something, I got that bill coming up tomorrow. I gotta go to work. My back, like all this
Yeah,
goes
weighs you
on
down.
along with the love. Yeah.
I got my own theory, man. And this also came to me in a moment of clarity, perhaps inspired by a certain like altered consciousness. And it's like gravity, right?
Hmm.
We know we kind of know gravity, right? Mass attracts mass, space-time continuum, warping of space-time, all that shit.
Hmm.
But why? Like why does mass attract other mass? Why does gravity form when like molecules come together? And I had this vision. It came to me. It's love, man. It's love. Everybody's lonely. Molecules just they don't want to be lonely, man. They want friends, they want buddies. They want to share their experience. That's where gravity stems from, dude. I'm certain of it.
Well, I I did hear someone say once, I asked them a question, what is God? And they told me, oh, God is a magnet. And I think gravity is sort of emulating what
Yeah,
magnets
dude.
do. So
And a
maybe.
black hole's just like the sexiest orgy out there, dude.
Hmm. Hmm.
So heavy, so
Yes,
thick.
fade away into it.
And once you get in there, man, you can't even escape, dude.
Mm-mm. I always liked the theory that we were in a black hole.
That's a theory?
Yeah, yeah, that we're
Yeah.
we're inside a black hole because of the I believe one of the reasons why people theorize that is the quirks that you see at the edge of the universe is spherical in shape. So we
Yeah.
theorize that we're in a giant sphere, uh, that that's sphere is a black hole, and that's black holes basically is that's where all matter is coming from, is it's sucking it in from another universe, more or less.
Whoa, man. That's heavy.
That the Big Bang was the formation of that black hole.
Dude. Then there could be multiple black holes with multiple
Hmm.
universes inside of it.
That's kind of what the theory is about. Is every black hole is one. A white hole is like the where the black hole's getting the all the stuff from it. Since white
Yeah,
holes
man.
expel energy, I believe.
And we could never gather data from outside our own black hole, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Jeez.
I believe quarks or like will break you down if you were to touch them or something like that, or pass through you. I forget what.
I don't know.
I have to
Dude, I
look
don't
it
know
up.
nothing about subatomic particles. It's like quarks and neutrinos. Everything I know about them I learned from Star Trek, and I don't think that's real.
Yeah, that might be a little off.
That's fascinating, though, man. That's a cool perspective. We really don't know shit, dude.
No, we don't know
We got a lot of
shit.
best guesses going on. But around the
Hmm.
fringe, like around like the nature of the universe itself, dude, pretty much any guess
I
is
know, yeah.
valid.
That's kind of why I like
Yeah.
talking about it, I think. It, it we know what we see, and we could talk about that all day. We could talk about the, and that's something we'll talk about at some point. Is like ICE and the Trump administration. Um, the dude that got FBI bribed 50,000, and they didn't do anything about it.
What? Well, how did you get $50,000 out of the FBI, man?
He's, I believe, the border czar of four that Trump picked out. The FBI did their a sting on him because they do it every now and again on different congressmen, different people in power, if they'll take a bribe
Oh
or not.
yeah.
And he accepted the bribe of $50,000 in
Oh
cash.
shit.
And now him and
50,000 ain't that much money, dude. At the end of the
yeah,
day,
yeah,
that's pretty fucking cheap.
uh,
You're a hoe at that point, dude.
a little bit, yeah. And Trump administration and all their people are saying that he didn't accept that, that never happened, even though the FBI is like, yeah, it did.
Dude, them motherfuckers are so disconnected from any objective reality, dude.
Yeah, man. All right.
Trump and Epstein have no connection whatsoever.
No, not, no, no.
They didn't even know each other.
They never were recorded together. They never were giving each other stuff on their birthday with
Yeah,
signatures that were
it's
falsified.
pure propaganda.
Yeah.
They never gave each other hand jobs. Absolutely never.
No, never.
Ridiculous.
They never, wanted to see what it was like to blow another dude, so they never did that. It's just how it
No,
is.
no, with those big, beautiful orange lips, they've never seen action.
Oh man, I just had a mental picture of him doing his like the little duck face he does. Um,
Ah, thanks, man.
Oh no!
Thank you for that.
you're welcome.
What a gift.
You're welcome.
Oh
Um,
no!
Ugh.
Oh
the
no!
human
Oh
lens.
no!
We fall back on that pretty often with me. I feel like the human perspective, the human eyes. Um, like there was, I know we talked about it before, but the test where somebody was observing it, the particles went in line, right, or something like that.
What the hell are you talking
I
about,
don't
man? I
know.
have no idea.
I don't have it ready, so I'm not gonna talk about it. Uh,
I think I know what you're talking about. The observer effect thing where light goes through a slit, and depending on if you're looking or not, it aligns differently or
yes,
whatever.
yeah, yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
the double slit experiment. Right, right.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
When
Yes.
not observed, it's scattered. When observed, it's not.
Is it a wave or a particle? It's both. Happy quantum physics, everybody.
I think maybe it's just like the our eyes reflecting light back, and that's affects it somehow. That's the only thing I can think of. Um,
Yeah, quantum physics are weird, man. They're just inherently weird. They're
mhm.
so different from like normal physics. It doesn't even make sense.
Maybe it's made to never make sense.
Exactly, man.
Well, I mean, there is that theory. It kind of to connect it with the simulation
Hmm.
thing, where the theory is that space in of itself is something we create as we exist. Like we're actually all at the same point still. Like there was no creation. We're just actually simulating it ourselves.
Hmm.
Yeah. I think if anything uh gives weight to like simulation theory, it's probably just how absurd quantum physics are and how much like computers they are with like only calculating shit like if it's observed.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
computers only fucking drawing landscapes and giving you pixels of shit the camera's looking at. Fucking weird stuff, man.
Yeah, it really is. It's very, really makes me feel like the world itself is just layers upon layers upon layers of things we'll never know, never experience or see, I guess.
Yeah. There's a lot going on there, man. Like, as humans, like, we don't really have a way of like looking at the macro and the micro at the same time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we can take a microscope and we can zoom way in, deep down and see like tiny individual particles, like a electron microscope, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or you can grab a telescope and like look at whole fucking galaxies, like thousands of galaxies in the night sky. See a huge picture. But we can't at the same time get like that micro detail of like seeing individual atoms, while at the same time looking at like the huge scale and seeing whole galaxies. We can't get the micro and the macro at the same time.
Hmm.
Almost like it would take too much computational power to render.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But is it just maybe our brains that make us think like is it maybe I
I think it's a fundamental limit of human perception, man. I
yeah,
don't.
yeah,
That's
that's what I
just
was
how
gonna
we're
say.
wired.
Yeah. Uh we just have no way of kind of getting past that.
Yeah. Also, I don't think if we were able to, it'd be beneficial for our survival at any point.
That's probably why we never evolved it, right?
Yeah.
Right.
All right, we're gonna swap over to comments. I don't think it's Atlas because I haven't heard really anything more about it. I know
Yeah.
it's coming up close though. Um, there is another comment. I think it's
What?
Shushimishan. Yeah. Uh,
Tom, can I get that name one more time,
no,
dude?
no, no, no,
You
no,
son of a bitch.
no, no. You heard me.
All right.
Here,
Well,
I'll.
tell me about this comment because I've never heard of it.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna copy paste the name for you because I can't say it.
Thank you. Shishimishan. Okay, you know what? That looks fucking Russian. I don't blame you 1 ounce for that.
Thank you.
It starts with a silent T.
I said it
I'm
really
assuming.
silently.
Such a
Shushinshan.
such an
Atlas.
Shan. Such an Shan.
Christian Sand. Uh,
Such an Shan.
I mean,
Such an Shan.
it's
Uh,
apparently just it has a very long tail, is what really caught my attention. Nothing special about it besides, hey, there's a comet in the sky that you can see that has like a tail that I think is supposed to be the length of 3 full moons.
That's pretty big, man. Is that like visible
mhm.
with the naked eye?
Yes, yeah, it's supposed to be visible with the naked
Oh,
eye.
dude, I gotta get out there and see if I can see it.
Too sure when it went by or is going by, but I believe it's really soon.
Yeah, man, I love looking at the night sky. It's fun.
I think this is the one I'm looking at. Correct. It's G3 Atlas. Oh, whatever. Whatever. There is another one out. It's got a long tail. Check it out. Look it up. I don't give a fuck. Um,
Love me some comments, man. Thank you for telling me about it.
yeah, I hope you're able to see it. I think it's supposed. I want to say it's supposed to be visible around the same time the other one is too. Atlas, like 3i or whatever, 3/I.
Yeah.
Besides that, we're hitting the 50-minute mark. I think we touched on all the topics. Um, I did have something weird happen. If you guys want to hear that,
Oh shit, is it sexual?
no.
I don't want to hear it then.
Okay, I understand.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Fucking tell me. Tell us all.
Nothing major. I was laying in bed going to sleep. Was on my phone, laying on my belly, and I just heard a whisper, which makes no sense because I was the only one home, and there was no way I could hear anybody outside, more or less.
Okay.
It's very distinct when you can, but it is just a whisper that was. It sounded demanding, telling me to turn around, more or less. Uh,
Oh shit.
it was creepy as fuck. Um, Besides that, nothing major. Things have been good, I think.
Man, do you think you live in a haunted house, or do you think this creepy shit just happens to you no matter where you live?
You know, I personally like to think that the land itself can be haunted, not necessarily the house, the building. Um, but I do also think that stuff like this can follow people. Even if it's something I think a lot about with paranormal, spiritual stuff of that nature, is that
Yeah.
we make it ourselves. Um, we don't mean to, but it's
Yeah.
like a byproduct of something that we're doing or we have no control of. I remember there was a haunting of a family. Um, God, I want to say in Georgia back in the 80s that was very traumatic, and the family said it ended up come following them. Uh, there
Hmm.
was even I think a movie made about it. I want to say made for TV movie maybe. Um, but the something recorded, something that was kind of just not doctored, documented. Um,
Okay.
and I feel like with some things like that, yeah, it follows you. What's going on with me? I feel like shadow people stuff, yeah, following me 100%. Um, Things I
Okay.
hear and see besides that, I'm not 100% sure on certain things. Um, like the whispers that I heard. At first, I thought it could have been somebody outside, but I didn't see anybody. Um, I looked out the window, uh, and it sounded like a familiar voice on top of that, which was threw me a little off. With like
Yeah.
the tonal of light, I have no idea how that could have been with how awake I was. Um,
But you said this thing like you felt like it wanted you to turn around. Did you turn around?
no, no, fuck that. Normally, I would.
Come on, man. You got to do it, dude. You got to gather data for us, man.
Normally, I would do. I normally I would, because I'm very big about if I can stop my mind from hearing it by showing it. It's not there. It helps. I have a story
Okay.
about that as well. Um,
Oh shit.
that it goes away, more or less. Um,
Okay.
Most of the time, not always. When it doesn't, that's when I go into a more panic state. Because
Understandably, yeah.
start to hope that I'm just dreaming. And at the house that I lived at, where I saw that tunnel of light, that happened a lot. Where I couldn't distinguish if I was dreaming or not when certain things were happening, until I was able to prove that I was not dreaming. If that makes sense, or if I was able to
Yeah,
prove
that
that I was
sounds
dreaming.
really unfun, dude.
Yeah, it was
I
torturous, man.
almost had some weird poltergeist stuff happen when I was like a teenager.
Mhm.
Like a lot of people say like poltergeists, they feed off like emotion and stuff.
Mhm.
And when I was a teenager, dude, I just had so much testosterone surging through me. I had so much like rage and anger and like I wasn't exactly punching walls, but I was a typical, teenage human
Yeah.
American.
Yeah.
And dude, shit would like fly out of the closet, dude, across the room. Like really weird shit would happen. And that was pretty much regardless of where I lived or where I was. But once I got a little more control over my emotions, it totally dried up. So I think there
Mm.
is a difference between like stuff people might manifest
Mhm.
and stuff that's associated with like an area or like a memory or a scar on the land.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
have too much ghost experience, but I think they're distinct.
yeah.
I think so too. I think for the most part, I think so. I think what I like to think, I should say, that what I experience is 50% my brain and 50% something else. Just with some things that I can't explain. Like when my grandfather died, I remember waking up in the middle of the night. My dog that I had with me woke me up, um, barked at the door, then went and lay down.
Hmm.
Um, and I was very awake, so I was trying to go back to sleep, and I felt this presence in the room um, that was a good present feeling. And then I felt like somebody was sitting on the end of my bed. Um, like,
Yeah, I've felt someone like sit down next to me in bed on a couple of occasions, and it's not like a small feeling. It's
no,
not like a twinge
it moves
where you
you.
go like, "Was that something?" It's like, "Holy fuck, what was that?" Like you kind of fucking sink into the depression a little bit.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's like totally unmistakable, and I have that shit'll spook you, dude.
So,
Like it's one thing if you question your sanity, it's like, did I or didn't I experience this? It's another thing when you're like fully bought into your sensory experience. You're like, what the fuck is going on?
One thing I've had along that vein is I've had the feeling of cats jumping on my bed.
yeah.
That very distinct cat jumping and then sauntering over up to you. Um,
Oh man.
and I've had, yeah, I've had like that's the one thing that's persisted now that I'm completely like sane again. I
hmm
still get that.
I've heard things of that nature, or man, I could be totally wrong. Or with cats specifically is like you have a good spirit that's supposed to be following you, or something like that.
What if it feels like just a really fat ass?
So,
Is that a good spirit or a bad spirit?
so the
Because whatever sat next to me had a fucking badonkadonk, bro.
I'll tell you about my other experience with shifting weight, or bed shifting like that. Um, so I've told you guys before about the guy in my dreams that has chased me my entire life, more or less, in my dreams.
Yeah.
So there's a point where I was living in this apartment with a buddy. We both had separate rooms. I took my closet door off its hinges so I could fit more stuff in there, more or less. Um, and my bed laid like alongside it, parallel to it, to where I could see into it from my bed if I was laying down. um,
Yeah.
I had a dream that I may have said this before, but I had a dream that the guy was coming to get me, more or less, except he was already in the building. He was in the closet. Um, and in the dream, and the reason I knew it was a dream is because like my fan and I want to say my wallet was trying to warn me that he was there. The fan is one that I've had for years upon years type of deal, and
How
like
the
it,
fuck does your fan warn you, dude?
I
Is it like Morse code?
no, I just heard a voice from it coming, it radiating from it, more or less, that he was, or yeah, yeah, that's exactly what it was. He that he was there. Um,
You have experienced some weird shit, dude. What
dude.
the fuck?
So
That would spook me too fucking much.
so in the dream, I see him, and he's on the floor, looking at me, and he starts to crawl towards me, and
Ah, what the fuck, dude?
and I have
Can you describe this guy to us? Is it like a 5'5", like balding white dude or what?
he is, let's see here, I'm 5'11". He would be, let's say, a 6'7".
That's tall. I
very
don't like
tall,
that.
very tall. Um, Normal build.
Naked?
Oh,
No, always in clothes.
Okay.
is he very hairy with large feet?
No,
Great
no,
question.
no. Um,
Okay.
Balding on top. Hair is kind of
Skin color.
white. He's a white guy.
Okay.
Of course, it's a white guy. You
Yeah.
can't trust white people.
Over
They are very predatory.
over the years, dark black hair. The older I got, the his hair started to turn grayer and grayer. And he aged. I mean, we talked about that before. At this point, he was black hair and he was wearing a striped uh, t-shirt, long sleeves. I want to say with
Like,
overalls,
where's Waldo striped or like black and white or what?
black and white striped. But yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Um, so started crawling towards me. There was a ray of light coming through the door. Um, and like when he passed through the light, he disappeared more or less. And so I was like, okay, he went away, I guess. Um,
Right.
and then the light in the hallway that was on turned off, so I called out to my buddy in the dream um, that I lived with. Nothing happened. And then I had a sudden, deep sense of fear. And I looked at the end of my bed, and the dude was like,
Oh.
he wasn't standing up. He had his hands on the bed, and he was looking
Oh.
at me from like where I could just see his nose and up. Uh, and then
Fuck that, man. What the fuck, dude?
I woke up, and I was so relieved that I woke up. I mean, that scared the shit out of me. So the light in the hallway turned on. So I called out to my buddy. Um, hey, can you come in here? I want to tell you about this really freaking dream I had. Um, I'll cut to the chase on that part and say that my buddy wasn't there. He was staying at his girlfriend's place apparently. Um, so I heard nothing besides the light switch turned on. Called out. I waited. I looked at my fan. I was like, that was the craziest fucking thing I've ever seen in a dream. It was so vivid. And then the light
Yeah.
in the hallway turns off, and I get this sudden sense of dread. And I
Oh.
feel at the feet of my bed somebody crawling into bed beside me in a full-size bed.
Nah, dude.
I
What
was
the fuck?
laying I was laying on my left side, and whatever was crawling in beside me, behind me, so I couldn't see. I felt the bed slowly droop over as if a very long, heavy man was laying behind me. So in my head, I thought three things: my buddy's fucking with me. Somebody broke in, and they're here. I was very wide awake. I want to make sure that's very clear.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
or I'm experiencing something really fucking weird and I have no way of explaining it. So I was like, okay, I want to say 20 seconds, 30 seconds maybe passed. The weight is still there. I thought it would like pop up or something, relieve itself. So okay, there's fucking somebody laying in bed with me. I'm going to swing real hard and see what happens. So I flip over.
Bless.
What you say?
I said, God bless, man. Good luck.
I,
What
I
the fuck?
I flipped over. I didn't really flip. It kind of swung over my right arm uh, to see if I hit my buddy in his head, more or less. And when I did that, the side of the bed just popped up like nothing was laying there.
That's creepy, man.
That is one of the stronger ones that has always stayed with me because a few things with it. I feel like in some way it was that man in my brain, I guess. Um, and I feel like that was well now I want to say maybe second closest. One of the more close, one of the times where I felt like he was the closest to me. And I can't explain like any of it in any way, shape, or form, which I fucking hate
Yeah.
because feeling that weight, I mean, it really felt like the covers moved. Everything felt
Yeah, totally.
different. It didn't feel like he was laying on top of the covers. It felt like he was crawling in between the covers. I felt them move up my leg. I felt them adjust behind me. I mean, fuck, man.
Yeah, that's a lot of sensory like experience that you can't just write off as like anomalous, right?
Yeah.
Like if it were just static or noise, it you feel like it wouldn't be so specific, right? Like your brain wouldn't interpret it so specifically.
hmm
That's creepy as hell, man.
So to piggyback on kind of what we talked about it following you or not, I'm going to one more, if we got time, one more story. Do you guys have time?
Yeah,
Mm,
man, I'm good.
Abe?
yeah.
Okay. Um, so after that experience happened, when I would go to sleep, sometimes I would take the pillow off my bed and lay my head on the bed itself just to, have a flatter surface, whatever. Um,
Yeah.
and I would hear whispers through the mattress. Um, so I always attested to, oh, it's one of my neighbors, and the sounds traveling through the walls into
Oh, I don't like this.
the bed, right? So I, I moved to somewhere else, of course. I mean, I no longer live there. I had moved into a house, my mom's house. Uh, I worked the night shift while her and her boyfriend at the time were out working. Uh, those voices never stopped until I didn't use that bed anymore. Um, I would lay down and it was 100% just like that. Just whispers of almost nonsensical things being said or whispered. It scared me so bad. I was so happy to get rid of that bed. But I remember I remember even thinking one day I sat down. I was like, I just want to, because it was colder, and I'd use the pillow to cover my eyes so I could fall asleep because it's so bright. Since I was sleeping during the day for work. Um, but I remember sitting down on the bed, and I go, okay, nobody's here. Um, nothing's turned on. Everything's off. Laying down and hearing those whispers for just a split second, and just I was like, fuck it, I just have to use a pillow. Um, and
Yeah, fuck that noise, man.
dreading that place, that bed. I haven't heard it since, but that's another experience that I never really talk about. A lot of the stuff that I'm telling you guys, I don't talk about. I feel, of course, twofold. I feel like first off, who fuck wants to hear it, and then second off, is it just all in my head?
Yeah, it's always spooky, like talking about stuff that like could potentially be like subjective or shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I've heard some crazy shit in my own bed, man. Like I had this one house where like I slept in a bedroom. I swear that house was fucking haunted, dude. And I heard the craziest shit like at night when I was like going to sleep, laying in bed trying to sleep. And I've never heard it anywhere else, man. And I would lay in my bed. I would swear I would hear the craziest shit. It would like wake me up, dude. One time I heard a horse whinny, like right outside my window. It like woke me up, like inches away from my window, so fucking loud. And I'm not like a horse person,
Mm-hmm.
dude. I'm not like hanging around with horses, hearing that shit all the time. It freaked me the fuck out, dude. Other times I would be woken up hearing like dogs
Mm-hmm.
running
Mm.
past my window, like dragging chains and
Mm-hmm.
shit. Like shit that wouldn't even make sense, dude.
So, so that would be explosive head syndrome.
Yeah,
It's
I have had that idea. That's the only idea that it could
it's the only
be.
thing. Yeah, I've had it too. I think we've talked about before privately. Yeah, that thing that I remember. I always say this. I remember talking to my mom about it and telling her about it. And she's like, "Oh yeah, I have that. You probably have it because I have it, whatever." She's like, "It's
Yeah,
fine. You just go back to sleep." I'm like, "No, no, the fuck I don't." It's not
dude,
like somebody. It's revving up a chainsaw. Like it's. It's
yeah,
panic mode. Uh, it's amazing.
like
So go for
in that house, I would specifically hear like weird shit I
it.
couldn't
Mm-hmm.
explain, like more complex sound, like the horse whinny,
Yes.
like dogs dragging chains. Not like one instant of sound, but like a sound that would last like 5 seconds or
Oh,
like repeat
that's
itself.
way more intense.
But then I have had instances where I think it's more likely to be like exploding head syndrome. Like you wake up hearing like a bomb drop or
Yeah.
like a fucking car door slam or like a really loud beep from like a fire alarm or something. And it's
Hmm.
like one instant of sound that like nobody else apparently hears, but like it's loud enough to like jolt you awake or like right before you go to sleep, it jolts you awake.
Mm-hmm.
And I can write that off, dude, but when you hear like a
No.
complicated sound that lasts
Yeah.
like 5, 10
I didn't
seconds
realize.
that
Yeah.
wakes you
Sorry, I
up at
didn't
night, that's
realize.
harder to write off as
Yeah.
just explosive
No,
head
that's
syndrome.
intense. Um. No, it's my
Like
bad.
I'm
Sorry.
always willing to explain away like anything
Yes.
that could be like
But no,
a mental break or like a little bit of a psychotic slip.
if it lasts that
It's like
long.
a little too much weed, a little too tired. Your brain's making shit up. You should have kept the fan on. You
Mm-hmm.
like to imagine like you're hearing wind chimes or something. You need that white noise to sleep. But man, when
Yeah,
you hear something when you have a hallucination that lasts
Yes.
like 5, 10 seconds, it's harder to write it off.
yeah. I can't say I've had much of that in my life, but I definitely have heard other people stories, like specific places or background. Like I have a friend that grew up in a house kind of like that, where there's just odd occurrences, noises. She would hear stuff, put her ear on the floor, hears voices and shit.
Yeah.
And
Um,
to the point where she told me, like, and then she realized, oh, other people don't live this way. Like other houses
you,
aren't like this,
you
you
know.
know?
y-
Yeah.
Sorry. Sorry to jump in. I was gonna say. You know what? That's something I was just thinking about. Is like why is it that not everybody experiences this? S- why my experiences? I feel like I know somebody else out there is experiencing it as well, but what is the difference between us experiencing that and somebody that's never going to experience that?
Yeah.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you. It's
Hmm.
simple. You know how some people can become expert chefs or food tasters because they have exceptional taste bud,
Hmm.
sensory information, or how some people become great musicians because of their perception of sound.
Yeah,
Oh, some people just have,
you're hardwired for it.
yeah, yeah. It's just
So
it is who you are. Yeah.
so that makes me think about evolution with it. Have we evolved for that? Is it a mutation that's trying to not
Hmm.
bridge a gap, but like um some
Well,
something in us evolving to look for more, maybe. I don't know how to put it.
well, I get to kind of tell you the use, at least where it comes from. I mean, there is the spiritual doctor, the shaman,
Yeah.
in past cultures or older times, that they were kind of the person that would look over the group of people, but they themselves usually were kind of outcasts. Being a shaman wasn't a, in most in a lot of cultures, it's different, but
Hmm.
they weren't like necessarily revered. It was kind of like, well, he's weird, but he serves a function, sort of. deal,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So
Until sound, and just burn them all. Crusades.
mhm.
Uncle Bobby's weird, but maybe you should go talk to him.
Yeah, go have that Uncle Bob talk.
Go see some shadow people with Uncle Bob. He'll change your life.
Mhm.
Damn, dude.
No, I will say I definitely had a lot more of those experiences when I was sort of psychotic.
Hmm.
Again, like you, I think, yeah, definitely a percentage of it was my mind, but I think part of it was just I was just picking up a lot more than I normally was, you know.
That's what a lot of people say too. Is that you're it's opening up your sensories more or less, or
Hmm.
making your brain turn off the hard filters.
Yeah. No, I will say most of the hallucinations presented in a way where I tell them apart from some of the others few experiences I had that were no, that wasn't a hallucination, I don't think,
Yeah.
because it looked a lot
Hmm.
more real, if that makes sense, or a lot
Oh
more
yeah, that does.
like not my mind sort of picking images through the fog, but just like, oh, that was an apparition, like, you know, type of deal, you know.
Hmm.
So
Some good stuff. I think we'll cut it here. We're at the hour and 15-minute mark.
Time flies, man.
It really does. I like a lot of stuff we talked about. I think we can revisit some of it in the future. Um,
yeah.
Simulation theory. I just hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
I love it, man. It's my favorite.
Yeah. Well, I like the version where it's not necessarily a technological simulation, but we're actually all like living cells or part
Hmm.
of a greater being, and we're just kind of in a simulation of reality that no, we're just kind of like something's fingernail or like skin flakes or something.
Something I like to think about too is like, what if what we again, don't trust your eyes. What if what we see is something very different? Like I think we talked about with cosmic horror stuff, and what if we're all actually I think Abe said this, a human centipede, just like the long line of human centipede, more or less. But the way we
Yeah.
perceive it is that we're not.
Right, but see that this is the interesting thing because I mean, yeah, it kind of sounds absurd, but if you take time as another dimension
Hmm.
and you kind of then instead of having an experience through it, but can look at it as another side of things, then we literally are all emerging from our mothers, going,
Hmm.
growing, and then shrinking down as we get older if we live a full lifespan. And then,
Yeah.
you know, the women keep on. So it's kind of like nerve endings in a way, you know, like,
You grow up and then you grow down.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Sure.
My big brain theory is we're limited by the constraints of like physics for like how much we can explore the universe, right? We can't even
mm-hmm.
see beyond like the speed of light. Like the known universe has like
Right,
known dimensions of like 14 billion light years, whatever the fuck it is in any direction.
right.
We're limited to like how fast we can travel, how fast we can gather data.
Hmm.
At a certain point of like technological advancement, it becomes perhaps more, not just more like fun, but like more practical to just like simulate a universe and then explore that simulation
Yeah, I see
to
what you're
Mm-hmm.
like
saying. I've
to gather data about your own reality.
I've
And maybe that's where we are, man. Maybe we're just like
a running
one of those
program.
things.
Well, somebody is behind us.
Yeah,
Well,
who knows?
no, another idea I've heard as to why, if it is, as you know, all these you know, and it's not just ours, but it's a bunch of simulations being
Hmm.
run and seeing what type of inventions or weird,
Yeah.
novelty ideas come about, right? Like just imagine this is a simulation, just the music alone
Yeah.
that we've all created and recorded. Like, imagine having a universe of just all this music that was never created but now exists. Like.
And it doesn't have to be this pure, like, clinical, like, cold scientific simulation,
Hmm.
man. It could be
Hmm.
a fucking, like, a video game or
Hmm.
something.
Right.
Let's.
Just like,
Or
hey, man, let's simulate a whole fucking universe, see what the fuck, what cool is happening in it, and,
right.
then kill it and start a new one. Who cares?
or or
F8, save
another
state, reload save.
another one I came up with. What if this is just a simulation for like beings picking who they want their child to be,
Oh
right?
man, that. So
Yeah.
Oh, fucking reload save. This one's
yeah,
bad.
yeah, yeah.
Refresh, refresh, refresh. Randomize.
Yeah, see how your
Hmm.
child would react to certain events. Maybe replay the events that affected the world itself, so you could see how the child would react. Yeah, that's.
Hmm.
I also like to piggyback on what Still was said about more or less a game, but kind of what both of you said. You know what? We're gonna revisit this.
Yeah. There's a
Oh
lot.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe
There's a lot of
I'll
conversation that.
try to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try to dedicate like maybe a little longer chunk. I think that sounds good.